And we're back. This is Elliot and Jose coming to you from Dreamland Comics in Schaumburg, Illinois. Thank you for joining us here yet again on CCW TV. Alright, so the rumor is that John Layman needs us to bump him up again. He was feeling a little down. We gave him a hard time on the blog. He even relocated to another state.
Oh.
He did. Left, moved cross country, all because of things that we said. So
That's too bad.
yeah, it is. But so to make it up to, and because while John Layman and I might have issues between us, Rob Guillory is a friend of the show, and really, Rob shouldn't. I know he hates it when Mom and Dad fight. So we're going to make it up to him.
You know what I wish Rob Guillory would do? I wish Rob Guillory would stop giving away stuff on the cover.
Well,
Second issue in a row. And the fact that this cover was solicited 3 months ago, and I saw who was on the cover, I'm like, oh, so he's coming back in this issue. They couldn't even let me open the comic up to find out who is this guy? Oh yeah. But when you see someone with half a face, it can only be one of one person in the true universe.
I know. But
Stop giving stuff away in the cover.
But I did enjoy. Again,
Now, do all you want covers like this?
Yeah.
Fine, that's all right. You're
Yeah.
not really giving anything away there.
Big boobies.
Yeah.
With nipples that point in odd directions. But anyway, Chew number 6 by John Layman and Rob Guillory starts the new story arc. International Flavor, of course, Taster's Choice wrapped up. The Taster's Choice trade paperback was released the same time as this. So if you did not read the previous story arc, you were able to pick it up for $9.99.
And I think John will be
10
very,
shillings.
very happy to know that we sold out of the Chew trade paperback, and we ordered very heavily, and we sold out in 2 days.
Wow.
And yeah,
So, So hey, John, I know, you were feeling a little down there, so we're helping you, okay? What happens in issue number 6 is that Tony Chew, no longer under the protection of his former partner and mentor Mason, is joined back up with a former partner of his from the police force. And I will say this. I thought they were going in one direction with it, and I enjoyed that they went
you're right
in the
away.
opposite
Yeah,
direction. Yeah, because John Colby is the former Tony Chew's former partner who got an axe to the face,
or a meat cleaver.
a meat cleaver, right,
Same,
to the
same.
face when they were on a chicken bust, a poultry bust, and he was gone for a while. They bring him back. And it looks like he and Colby and Chew's boss are going to get along swimmingly because they both hate Tony Chew. I was reading that. I was going, oh, man, are we going to go down this road again?
So,
you know?
John Layman.
Yeah.
I'm reading this book. Is Tony Chew supposed to be John Layman? Because everybody hates Tony Chew. And
Yeah.
I'm seriously, I'm reading this,
Yeah.
and I'm reading from the point
Yeah.
of view of the writer. I'm like, man, does nobody like John
No,
Layman?
nobody.
'Cause is this a shit? Because the dialogue
No.
sounds too perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
I'm sure he's heard everything
No.
that's ever been spat upon and said
I've-
to Tony Chew in
yes.
person.
I have actually, this prick is responsible for turning me into a bionic RoboCop. That, Brandon Jerwa said that to John Layman once, so that's kind of a thing. I don't
No.
mean to drop names, but yeah.
Because it's just too good. The insults are just too good.
If you don't know John Layman knows how to insult you. I have been.
I have to respect that.
Yes, I have been present at a John Layman insult fest when if you get into a match with him, going back and forth, he's very good at throwing insults. So this book is perfect for him. But back to the issue at hand, John Colby and Tony Chew looks like they're off to a rocky start, and of course, left turn.
Yeah.
It's just Colby, screwing around with their boss, making it seem like he's on Tony Chew's bad side, when in reality they're buddies and they're all in on the joke. So it's kind of nice to see Tony. He's got yet another partner that has his back.
And speaking of jokes, the other thing that I noticed is that the jokes in this book, there weren't as many in the last few issues. Mm-hmm. The jokes in this book actually worked, and they were actually really clever and pretty funny. So, not to give Mr. Layman a bigger head than he probably already has.
Well, mind you, we're talking they're kind of lowbrow jokes. So.
But those are the kind that I like. So
they're kind of lowbrow, and when you talk about jokes about poop, and all that, huge piles of feces. You would think we were going into juvenile territory. But it's funny, within the context of these stories, it really works. It really, really works. Moving forward,
so the partners, they have to solve a crime, and it's a bank robbery.
But because of the nature of the evidence, and Tony refuses to eat any of the evidence, and we don't blame him, his partner says, hey, don't sweat it. You know what? We're going to do it old school style. We're going to solve a crime the way detectives do it, which is just follow all the other clues.
And I do have to say that should commend Rob Guillory, because this is the awesomest turd that I've ever seen drawn in a comic.
This image has made it out on the internet, but
has it?
Yeah, it is pretty cool. And so after that, it just becomes a little police procedural. And,
they're going to do it old school.
They're going to do it old school.
They're not going to have Tony. The reason Tony Chu got this assignment is because his boss wanted him to eat shit.
Literally.
And so they're not going to do with it. They're just going to do some detecting.
So
they're going to go Batman and just do it old school.
Do it old school. So it's fun. Then we get to revisit a couple characters from the first story arc, and we get to see how Colby's he's turned into kind of a bit of a badass. Or he's always been a badass, but I mean, he's even more of a badass. And also a little on the corrupt side. Just a wee bit. And moving forward, we're left with the cliffhanger that Jose is pissed about that they gave away on the cover, where we find... Now, I could have sworn...
No, I wasn't pissed about that. I'm pissed about the fact that John Colby was on the cover. I was pissed off about.
I thought you were talking about the squid.
It's not really... Why would I be pissed off about that?
Because it's giving away an important plot element.
Oh, is it because it was on the front page? It was in the front...
I know, which is why
I wasn't
really...
listen to what I'm talking about when I'm reviewing this? The reason I was pissed off is because John Colby was on there.
Anyway.
What an idiot.
We get to the end, and we find out that this thingy that to me looked like a critter, looks like is actually a plant.
Mm-hmm.
Which, another clever bit, where now you thought Tony Chu's not going to be using his power. He sets it up there at the end. Bam. We're going to move the story along that way.
What was happening is this guy was making some... what was he making again?
Chicken soup.
I wasn't making chicken soup.
Well, they thought it was chicken soup.
No. Jesus. Anyway, so yeah, there was chicken in it, and Tony Chu was eating it because he wants to find out where he got the chickens from, and it turns out that it wasn't chicken at all. Mm-hmm. There's this weird plant, and now they're going to go hunt that down.
And somebody who really enjoys Chu actually did a Photoshop Chu cover where they reenacted, and they who did they cast as Tony Chu, but John Cho. So from Cho to Chu.
That makes sense.
That's kind of cute. I will say this: the thing about Chu is that it really challenges you as a reader. You want to think that the book is all about, poop jokes and double entendres and stuff. This is a really smart
They made gumbo.
book.
It wasn't chicken soup.
Okay, gumbo, chicken stew. Okay, it's kind of like, really. Have you ever had gumbo?
No.
Okay. So, this book entertains. It moves the story along. It doesn't insult your intelligence like a lot of other books that are out there. This book expects you to be kind of, savvy, kind of smart.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm kind of getting bored with this book already. Tony Chu eats stuff. It's like that's all he does is eat stuff. I don't know. It's kind of like a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
This book's done.
Yeah. Much of the sales fall now. And then on top of that, you get... Oh, no, you don't. I'm sorry. The review copy I had 3 more covers in the back, so which I'm sure blows... if you haven't been on the CCW blog, you are missing El Pollo Rojo, the King of Cocks. So you really need to check out the CCW blog and see what must be one of the greatest characters ever created for comics.
Yeah, that would be in issue 7.
Courtesy of John Layman. So there you go, John. We loved your book. Go buy his book. It's sold out here.
No, we still have it.
I'm saying the trade. The
trade.
sold
We'll get the trade
out.
back in.
We'll get it back in. John, come on. Put down your banky. Get back to the typewriters. Let's start writing some books. I know you've been having some problems lately. It happens to everyone. That's what she said.
Well, at least he's writing a book.
Oh, man.
I don't know if I can say the same about you right now.
When we come back, we're going to talk about another book that you guys actually have been asking us to talk about that flew under our radar. So we'll see you then.